Today I'm doing something that I don't really show on camera all that often, and that is I've got a bunch of chickens and poultry that need to move to different places. I've got this crew here in the rabbit pen. They are gonna move out. I've got some other chicks that are gonna move in, and then if y'all remember, I have 5 turkeys that need a new home as well. Some of you might remember that a while ago I had talked about making this area sort of the poultry area, and that is still the plan, but I need to get these birds moved like today, and I don't have time to get this set up. The way that I want to set this up is gonna take a while, and I wanna get that all dialed in the way that I want it before I start moving birds over here. I know me, if I set up some sort of temporary deal here, then it'll probably stay that way for many years. I've got about 1,000 other things that I need to do first. Ironically, I'm pointing right at the truck, and that is one of those things. But this is still on the to-do list. You got something in your paw? Let me see, what'd you find? Okay, you're good to go. I need to finish the roof on the little building here, and then I would like to make nesting boxes all around on the inside. I'd also like to put a man door in the side so it's easy for my wife and kids to get in here to collect eggs, and they don't have to mess around with turning hot wires off or anything like that. And then my plan with this is to make sort of like a permanent chicken run coming off of this building, and then put gates on the side of that so that we have the option to put like electric poultry net out here when we've got grass, which is obviously not right now. And that is the main reason why I'm not just setting the poultry net up over here, is because there is no green grass. I had intended to run a sprinkler out here and get going on that, but well, you can see how that went. So with all that being said, let's get to work setting up some new poultry pens and getting everybody moved around to where they're gonna live for at least the foreseeable future. That's what's going on today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. My plan is to use this Gallagher turbo net and make 2 pens over here alongside of the pig pen, and these are going to be for the turkeys and for our layer hens. The reason that I'm choosing to put it over here is, for one, we've got a bunch of green grass that otherwise I'm just going to have to mow with the lawnmower. May as well let the animals take advantage of it. And I've got the hot wire in the pig pen that I can jump off of. At the base of all of our fruit trees, there's a bunch of fruit that's down on the ground that obviously we're not going to eat. And instead of me coming in here with a pitchfork or a shovel and cleaning all this up, I think the chickens will eat some of it, scratch some of it. I think if we leave them on it long enough, it'll just disappear. My plan is to arrange this net in basically like a figure-8 pattern is the way to think of it. And that will give me 2 4-sided pens that each side, if I'm doing my math right, will be about 24 feet long. Well, for my first time ever setting up poultry net, I think it looks pretty good. What I am seeing that might be a problem is right next to the tree here, this grass is really tall and the electric net is touching it in a lot of places. So I think I'm gonna go grab the weed whacker and just trim this down right here. And then there's another spot on the other side that's the same way. I think this is ready for birds. During the day, I don't plan to turn the net on, or I don't plan to hook it up to to make it hot, I guess is what I'm saying. Because I know that my wife and kids are probably going to be in and out of here collecting eggs, filling up water, food, and all that stuff. It's my understanding that the reason that you want to make these fences hot is not to keep the chickens in, because this is enough of a physical barrier to keep them in. The reason that you want this net hot is to keep predators out. So I think for us, what we deal with here, having this hot during the night and early morning is probably all that we're gonna need to do. This is gonna be the hardest part of the day today, I think, is catching all the chickens out of this rabbit hutch, chicken tractor, I don't know, whatever you wanna call this pen. I really made a big mistake when I built this, because the only part where you can open the top is right here in the corner. So all they have to do is go in the other corner, and they're really hard for me to get to. But you know, we'll get it one way or another. I figure the first few are going to be pretty easy, but it'll come down to like one or two that are almost impossible for me to get. And just to be safe, since they're going in that short net, I'm going to go ahead and clip their wings to make sure that they can't fly out of there. There you go. That ought to do it. Stay in there. Hey! Man, you missed that one.
What happened, Mommy?
There, you got it! Here it comes. Ah! Get it, Kelly.
Wow, how do you know to make a new pet? Are you just gonna step right in there? And we'll put one more in. I'm gonna be on the camera. But we're doing chickens. He doesn't know how to walk. What's he doing?
He's scratching. He's
Why?
trying to find seeds and bugs.
To eat?
Yeah. I feel like this isn't big enough for him. They're too big for this, huh? Catching the other chickens was a challenge, but now I'm thinking that catching these little chicks is going to be even harder. So we'll see how it goes.
So today we are catching chickens and turkeys. We're going to take them home, and actually it will be a little bit hard.
Oh, it's our American breast.
Wait.
Okay, let me put these down.
One more?
Yeah.
I was actually really
Yeah, plenty of room. Can't quite get the turkeys in there though.
Now we're going to catch the turkeys. So Maddie, what are we doing today?
graceful. Everybody is in their new home now, and I gotta say, it feels good to get them out in a more natural environment. The last piece of the puzzle here is to hook the wire up to the Energizer and see what kind of voltage we can get on this net. As I understand, nets are very draining. They take a lot of power, in other words, but this Gallagher net is supposed to be 30 times more conductive because they use their patented turbo wire. Let's hook it up and see what it's hitting at. Well, that's not good. Red means bad. Either my solar box is having some issues because it's a little bit cloudy today, or that battery might be getting near the end of its life. So I think the easiest way to sort of troubleshoot this is these Energizers have a spot on the dial where it tells you the status of the battery. And that's kind of what I was afraid of. The battery is bad. This is a pretty old Energizer. I've had it for several years, and I think it just doesn't hold a charge quite like it did when it was new. So let's get another Energizer set up here. I've got this old Gallagher M60. This is obviously not a solar Energizer. I've got to run an extension cord over here, but that's all right because we are actually near power, so that's not a big deal. Well, we got 3,700 volts with the new box here. Let's hook the net up and see how much we lose. Well, as I expected, we got a bit of a voltage drop there when hooking the net up, but that's just kind of the name of the game with these poultry nets. The way they run right on the ground, I mean, you're gonna have a lot of grass and stuff laying on the wire that's gonna kind of lower that down. Nevertheless, I think a couple thousand volts will be enough to get the attention of any fox or raccoon or would-be predator. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.